Yo, it's Slim. So, I've been getting back into vrchat and I found it really fun just exploring all the new worlds and chatting with random people online. So, I wanted to make a little video series that I'm calling Idle Hours, where I just have a conversation with someone in vrchat and kind of see where it goes. If anyone is interested in participating in this, just DM me on YouTube or find me on vrchat and maybe it'll become an episode.
It's very cool. I like this like post-apocalyptic whatever it is, oasis, I don't know. It's like entering a dream, you know? Like if I make a loud noise, like does my mouth move? Like if I go like
No. No, it doesn't do it.
it
No.
doesn't move my mouth. Wow. I just got shorter. No, you got taller.
Yeah, if you press Z, you like crouch down.
Your avatar like acts like he's holding a gun. Like the model or the pose must have been stolen from like an FPS. You look like Nikola Tesla, but like shadow holding a rifle right now. Get on your level, man. Yeah, your crouch is like a fucking military crawl. The easiest, like most common one is like just someone lying down is hard to do in video games, but someone holding a gun is like there's so many. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, God, no.
I'm a furry now, man. Oh, I'm a tiny furry. I'm a tiny furry. I love it. Are you trying to put your crotch in my face? What are you doing? Slow. They coming to me. It's fucking ominous. The next step. I mean, this game in metaverse is basically the same thing except NFTs too. That's
Yeah.
what I imagine. I saw something today for it where it was like someone like it was an advertisement for like shopping online for groceries. It was like in the Matrix, you know when they're in the Matrix and like in the first one or the first one where they're in just like the white room and then racks of guns come up from the ground and they select the guns.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was like that, but it was like what came up was like wine and milk, and it was like what kind of wine and milk do you want? It's like, but it made like the same sound in the Matrix. It was like coming up, and it was like industrial, like whirring, like noise. It was really intense looking for fucking buying groceries. It's like, you know, why does everything have to be so fucking intense now, man? It's just, I want my milk, man. I feel like I'm like a 600 fucking foot spaceship is flying by my head to get milk. I mean, the metaverse stuff, all that VR, all the digital stuff, I don't think it's going away at all. It's just. Like, so 50 years from now, I bet a lot of, like, the people will still be rocking with, like, current tech in some ways, and like, people will be, like, doing what they're doing now. But there will be this new, you know, people who can afford the latest tech, essentially, and, like, buy all, like, the metaverse shit, and, like, digital lifestyle, have everything in the physical world taken care of by servants, and then you spend your time in the digital world, where you command what is done in the physical world around you. Like, yeah, you're just sort of like there's like an elite that live online, essentially. It's like, how do you live online too? Like, so many people, there's, you know, the people who live online by like being on their computer, and there's the people who have access to the internet through like your phone, and like your presence online and your imprint online, your footprint is like different depending on like the level of access you have. So 50 years from now, the level of access will be for like people who can afford it will be much higher, and they'll be able to have much more of an imprint online, you know, deciding literally the physical spaces we live in around us and like interact with, and you know, to be most of the rest of everyone else, and the rest of us who are like, you know, we have some access, we won't be able to afford the entry in the same way you won't be able to afford the ticket to Disneyland or some shit. Like, yeah, I don't know, that's how I feel. The physical world we live in already is like, in order to go outside and participate, to pay admission. It's already Disneyland. I think it will just be more of the same, unless of course there's some fucking revolution, in which case, you know, all bets are off. Hopefully some get changes. Hopefully I'm wrong, man. Hopefully it's not like there's a laboring class of people who live in the real world and have to get to, like, when they get home from work, maybe get like have to spend pay on going to a digital space that is owned by the company for, and then the rest of, you know, like the 1% is living in like fucking outside of the city, or like penthouse place where like they're just strapped up into their, you know, pleasure VR device that like goes over your eyes and your crotch and your hands, and like I don't know, you sort of feel, you could feel sensations that are created digitally, and someone comes up to you in real life and like your servant puts, you know, oatmeal in your mouth while you have your VR device on. And that's just like how the 1% lives, and they just all meet on here and decide like what everyone else is gonna do. I mean, in some ways, it's so much easier to restrict who has access to the digital than the physical. I mean, people can hack and shit.
So what is your plan for the metaverse?
Break it. Sorry?
What are you gonna do in the metaverse?
What am I gonna do, man? Lord, man. I mean, my gut is like, I want to like hide under a rock, try to avoid all this shit. I mean, oh Lord. Hopefully I'm not affected by this shit, but everyone's gonna be. I don't know. I'm delusional if I think that. But man, I want to be delusional sometimes. It's so much more easier to fucking think about that shit than think about avoiding and getting away from the consequences of the world we live in. It's like every time there's a fucking dystopian story, it's like it seems like the fucking nerd fanboys who own and all the tech companies and create startups are like, oh wow, that, you know, world was so cool. If only we could live in that world. When really, fuck man, that world seems like hell. Isn't that great? If everyone could have access to their own VR device and live in a fucking slum, you know, so we live in a slum. We have access to VR. It's like, oh, actually, you know, sounds pretty miserable. But it's like, what? Would you rather live in a slum and not have VR?
Well, why don't we just stare at the sunset?
It's like another way for people to connect. But it's like, honestly, I don't really plan on going on the metaverse if I can avoid it, to be honest. This is one of the closest things I think will come to it. This is open source, less giant corporation controlled. You know, this is just people like, almost like you can go on and have a little video chat with your buddies. I don't know. The metaverse is like so obviously more than just going on and having a video chat with your buddies, and even just saying that, like, oh, this is just having, it's more than that too, you know? Yeah, I mean, people who run these services and communication platforms, they all know who their demographics are, and they try to basically make it more appealing for certain demographics. So it's like, if you go on, it's like the metaverse, you're probably going to only interact with certain people who, you know, the metaverse is marketing to. And I mean, look at tech companies now. They try to, you know, say who can be on their services and what they can say. And I look forward to coming on here. Like, this is like, if this element was in the metaverse, I'd look forward to this. Like, you know, just being able to jump on like a server with a buddy and like chit chat while you dick around. But yeah, man, it's cool. I like seeing the art, like the sprites that people create and like freely share with each other, and like just like, yeah, the passion that people put into this. And like, I mean, yeah, just this world that we have around us. It's like someone really was like, this is like in someone's brain, you know, this like just wasteland. And he was like, you know what, I'll just like, I mean, who knows? Maybe he pooped this out in an afternoon. Maybe he pooped it out over a long time. And he still was like, I'm just going to throw this up here. People can really explore it and use it for whatever they want. Like, and just, I don't know, like seeing this site for the first time. I've never seen anything like this. It's unique. Yeah. And maybe it will inspire my own creative journey or some shit. Hand in the distance. It's. What was that? Was that a giant robot that was fighting? Or that, just like, I don't know, all this crap. Am I in a magical land? There's just these little things I'm excited about. Not the places that Facebook creates, but the places that the users create, and the people who aren't getting paid hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to fucking try to, you know, entice as many people who are willing to pay into doing some shit, or like to see a product or to make an advertisement. That doesn't fucking excite me. It's like this little stuff. It's cool. Does it say who made the world?
Yeah. In fact, I think on one of the benches he like signed it. Yeah, his credit is right here.